Om Suryaya Namah. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your Vedic astrology coach Rajat Kapoor and welcome to my channel The Legit Astrologer. In my channel I make videos on Vedic astrology, I talk about transits. In the recent times I have made a number of videos. Jupiter's short transit in sign of Cancer, which is this exaltation sign, and also a unique video on Jupiter and Saturn's double transit during this time. Today I am here to talk about Sun's upcoming debilitated transit in the sign of Libra, which we also call Tula Sankranti. Now this is a very important event of the year because this happens during the month of Kartik based on the Hindu calendar. Narak Chaturdashi Tithi is the day when we celebrate Deepavali. From an astrological point of view, this happens when Sun and Moon form a conjunction in the sign of Libra. This has a special significance. Sun is power, authority, it is our ego, it is also ahamkar. When Sun is making a transit in the sign of Libra, which is a fall position of Sun, so the ego is absolutely getting killed, the ego is getting crushed, the ego is absolutely down. And Moon is making a conjunction along with Surya in Libra, that is ruled by Venus. The preceding deity that is associated to this sign is goddess Lakshmi, and therefore we worship her, we seek her blessings on the day of Deepavali. And it is also said that before taking blessings of goddess Lakshmi or before even starting any prayers based on Sanatan Dharma, we must worship Ganpati to initiate, to help us overcome any kind of obstacles. Now this is the only Amavasya or the no moon day which is most auspicious throughout the year. This time it is happening on 20th of October, which is a Monday. With the festive spirit around the corner and high energies, let us understand this transit and its impact on all 12 ascendant signs or the moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant or your lagna. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Now during this time, Sun is forming important yogas. It is going to be entering Libra between 17th of October. It will move to Scorpio on 16th of November. Between 17th of October till 27th of October, it is going to be conjoined with Mars. So Surya and Mangal are forming a conjunction. Two fiery planets in the Aries sign of Libra. When fire and air comes together, the fire rises. And between 2nd of November till 16th of November is the time when Venus enters Libra, and that is the time when it is leading to cancellation of debility of Sun. So between 17th of October till 2nd of November, technically Sun is debilitated. It is not achieving cancellation. But after 2nd of November, there is some respite, there is some support of Venus. Sun and Venus's conjunction is very auspicious for relationship because this brings a lot of purity in relationship. Sun and Mars's conjunction is very auspicious when it comes to resources, when it comes to channelizing our inner fire, our firepower towards various ventures, various pursuits, and also towards physical activities. Now these yogas will have different impact for different ascendant signs, and this is something which we will understand through this video. Aries ascendant signs or the Aries moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from the ascendant. At the mental emotional level, you will read this from your moon sign. Sun's monthly transit in the sign of Libra, which is its debilitation sign. Surya is an important planet, graha, for you because that's your fifth lord of your future, your children. Position and power is seen from this house because this is one of the Rajya Bhavas. Fifth house also rules mantras and of course the associated prayers. With power comes corruption. With authority comes ego as well. So this house rules ego as well as corruption. Sun is going to be making a transit in your 7th house in the sign of Libra. This is a fall position for Sun. It is going debilitated. However, from 2nd of November till 16th of November, it is achieving cancellation of debility. Before that, there could be certain challenges that you might face with regards to Surya related matters in terms of your future, things related to your children, and a certain relationship karma which is going to come quite heavy on you. Because understand that the first couple of weeks between 17th of October till 27th of October, Sun and Mars are conjoined in the 7th house. For a brief period, Mercury is also joining this conjunction. Alright. All these three planets are not considered most auspicious in the 7th house. Sun likes to rise in the eastern direction, which is the Lagna. He is the significator of the ascendant. 7th house is a weak position for Sun. But 7th house Sun does give the capacity for people to lead large teams, like an army, drive bigger cars, bigger vehicles. So it gives a sense of power as well because it has an aspect on the ascendant. So there's a lot of firepower, there's a lot of influence that you will have in terms of fiery energies, in terms of high energies that come from Mars, and also putting that in your communication that is represented by Mercury. Mars is Manan Karak along with Surya, but this is your Lagna Lord and 5th Lord forming a conjunction here in the 7th house. So it's a good time period for your spouse. Though your relationship can have some friction, can have some fiery conflicts, can have some ego, as long as you keep your ego aside. And it will be easy for you to do that because Sun has a fall position. Post 2nd of November, I would expect things to start progressing well when it comes to relationship matters, when it comes to business related matters. You will see a sense of harmony. You will see a sense of close ties when it comes to relationship because circumstances are going adverse and eventually you will be able to rise from this transit. So the first half is a little bit challenging. The second half is more or less good for you. Continue to offer water to Sun first thing in the morning and of course make the most of the festival of Diwali to probably seek blessings from Goddess Lakshmi in order to channelize these energies. This time period, relationship matters, you can keep them least preference and try to invest your energies in self-development. This is the need of the hour and my best wishes for you. Taurus ascendant signs or the Taurus moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant or the Lagna. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Sun or Surya, who's your 4th Lord, he rules your happy space, your comfort space, your home, mother, the house of protection, where you feel most safe, most happy, most content in life. This also represents your assets. Surya becomes more of a neutral graha for you because it rules one quadrant house. Now Sun has been making a transit in your 5th house. Now it will enter your 6th house in its debilitation sign. A debilitated planet in the 6th house is leading to cancellation of debility, but it is not creating a Raj Yoga. It is not, elevating its status. That status elevation will come a little later in November when Venus will join Sun. So the first 10 days, Sun and Mars are conjoined in the 6th house and for a brief period, Mercury will also join. Sun does well in this house because this house represents growth. It is the Upachaya Bhava and resources are going to be favorable for you when it comes to job related matters. If you have faced any authority issues, now things could be a little bit favorable for you. Though the first week, 10 days will still be challenging for you in terms of trying to navigate these energies. Stay away from office politics, stay away from any conflicts with influential people, with your bosses, with your seniors. Try to build credible, meaningful relationships. But after 2nd of November, Sun attains cancellation of debility and Venus enters the 6th house, which is creating a Viparita Yoga because that's your 6th Lord in the 6th house. So eventually you will rise and November could be a very good time for job change, looking for new opportunities or resources being favorable for you for job related matters or daily routine. And of course, if you've had any health issues, I would urge you to take utmost precaution, utmost care for the first 10-15 days of this transit. Thereafter in November, you will feel good in terms of your vitality, in terms of your immunity and in terms of where you are. Use a 6-syllable Shadakshari Vishnu mantra, that is Om Vishname Namah, to channelize these energies. Sun is going to be aspecting your 12th house by the 7th aspect of desire. Sun's aspect does blind that house, but you will have mixed energies because that house will be initially aspected by Mars as well. Later, it will also be aspected by Venus. So spiritually, it is good. That could bring some foreign visit, foreign travel, movement away from your home country for a brief period. Or it could increase your spiritual practice, spiritual sadhana. I would recommend you to start Surya Namaskar first thing in the morning and spend about 20-30 minutes every day. You can do 12 rounds at least, which will be a good remedy for you to channelize these energies and may you have a blessed time ahead. Gemini ascendant signs or the Gemini moon signs. At the physical level, you would read this from your ascendant. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Sun's annual transit, the debilitated transit in the sign of Libra, which happens around this time. On 17th of October, it enters Libra. On 16th of November, it will enter Scorpio. Sun is your third lord. He rules valor, courage, change, your efforts, your younger siblings, the co-bonds, your communication is seen from this house. This is the Upachaya Bhava. It represents growth. Sun shares a friendly relationship with your ascendant lord Mercury. For the first 1 week, it will also be conjoined with Mercury in your 5th house, forming a nice yoga. So the start of this transit, you must put as many efforts that you can, because there is support of Mercury, which is, of course, because both of them will influence each other. Sun will have a greater influence on Mercury because Mercury very easily gets influenced. So any efforts that you put within the first 1 week, it will be good for you. Between 17th till 27th of October, Sun and Mars are conjoined in the 5th house. So this is forming a Dhan Yoga. Dhan Yoga, wealth yoga through your efforts. You can also do some repayment of debts during this time. If your ongoing Dasha Antardasha is supportive, chances could be favorable for you. Your health and vitality needs attention. So try to fix your daily routine, things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Have a morning routine. It is very good if you were to fix your future, you start up early. Or have some consistent morning ritual or routine for 30 to 45 minutes will be absolutely beneficial for you. 2nd of November, Venus will enter Libra and Sun will attain cancellation of debility because they will have a conjunction here. So this is a time when future prospects could become favorable for you. But before that, resources at the general sense will be a little bit challenging for you. There could be uncertainty with regards to future pursuit. There could be some issues with authority, with leadership figures, and this is where you have to be careful. Use mantra-based remedies. Lakshmi mantra will be quite ideal for you. A simple mantra that is Om Lakshmyai Namah will be absolutely beneficial for you, or you could use a Panchakshari, Shiva Panchakshari, that is Namah Shivaya, and he is the one who will guide you and protect you. Surya is going to be aspecting your 11th house. It's the sign of Aries, but this is not an exalted aspect. Please, let's remove this misconception. Aspect is an aspect. Sun's aspect is the aspect of desire. It blinds that house. So, resources are turning you in a direction which could eventually become favorable when it comes to income related matters. But initially, you are going to struggle because it is going to blind the matters of 11th house, which is your social connection, your friends. There could be some conflict situation, or you might resolve other people's differences here. Continue to have a futuristic approach and continue to do your spiritual sadhana. May you have a blessed time ahead. Cancer ascendant signs or the Cancer moon signs. Sun's month-long transit in the sign of Libra, which is happening in your 4th house. It is the debilitated transit of Sun because Sun attains debilitation in the sign of Libra. It's a fall position. Till 2nd of November, it is not achieving cancellation of debility. But between 2nd of November till 16th of November, Venus will enter this sign of Libra, where it gains direction strength and it is in its own sign. And it is giving a great support to Sun in terms of your financial development as well. Sun is your 2nd lord, so he rules your family, your finances, accumulation. This is the house of storage. What you would like to store, who are the people who you would like to protect, and that begins from your family. Surya entering the 4th house. It's also a weak position for Sun because Sun gains direction strength in the 10th house. 4th house is opposite, so it has 0 direction. And it is also debilitated. So it's a double whammy kind of a situation. This will put you out of your comfort zone. So I do not advise you to take or make any major financial decisions between 17th of October till 2nd of November. Yes, after that, you will have great confidence. You can very well take any decisions related to yourself, your finances, and your personal growth, and also relationship. But before that, just be careful. Circumstances can put you out of a comfort zone. Though, also the fact between 17th till 27th of October, Sun and Mars are forming a beautiful yoga in the 4th house. Mars does well in this house. And he's your 10th lord and the 5th lord, Yog Karaka planet. There is a Dhan Yoga that is active. Your mother's health might need some attention during this time. and you would need to step out of your comfort zone because there's too much of energy, too much of firepower that is in your heart chakra. Make sure that you keep yourself hydrated. Make sure that you keep yourself away from any detrimental health issues. Keep your lifestyle at check. That is the most important life remedy for you for the first 2 weeks of this transit. You need to have a very clear, balanced lifestyle. Practice yoga, sadhana, do Surya Namaskar. That will be absolutely beneficial for you. Your 410 axis is very active, so expect work-related developments. Sun is going to be aspecting the 10th house where the sign of Aries falls. It is not an exalted aspect, it is just a 7th aspect of desire. So Sun also blinds the house where it is aspecting. Initially, resources from a work standpoint will be challenging for you, but in November, you're likely to see some success, some change or a betterment in terms of work environment. But before that, there could be certain challenges when it comes to a sense of balance that you will probably fail to create between work and home life. So be careful. Try to establish your priorities in a very clear and concise manner. Offer water to Sun each and every day. You need to strengthen Sun because from a position point of view and sign point of view as well, it's a weak position. And this is where you also have to look up to your Lagna Lord Mars. And post 27th of October, you're getting great support because Mars will also enter your 5th house in a good dignity. So you will feel more confident. But for the first 10 days, you would have low energies and of course low vitality as well. And my best wishes for you. Leo ascendant signs or the Leo moon signs. Sun's annual debilitated transit, which is a month-long transit between 17th of October till 16th of November. And on 20th of October, we are also celebrating Diwali. Sun enters Libra, that is your 3rd house, in its debilitation sign. Surya is your Lagna Lord, so regardless of the time period that you're going through, the Dashas, Antardasha, Pratyanta Dasha, Sun's transit will always have an impact in your life in terms of key decisions that are associated to your life, where you have to keep yourself, of course, at the center of attention. So it matters a lot. In the 3rd house, Surya does well in this house because this is the Upachaya Bhava. Sun is a natural malefic planet, but malefic is not the right term to use. It's a Krura planet. It has ego, it has authority, it has power. And in the 3rd house, it does well because it is the Upachaya Bhava. It is the house of growth, valor, courage, the house of communication, learning. Journeys are seen from this house. Any new change that you initiate. Journey doesn't necessarily mean that you will travel. Anything that you initiate or you start is also seen from the 3rd house. Being your ascendant lord, its debilitation position and not getting support of Neech Bhanga does create a little bit challenging situation in terms of making decisions. So you might not be very confident between 17th of October till early November about yourself. Though your ego is down, so you will be more grounded. You'll easily get influenced by other people. Especially there will be a greater influence of father or some father figure, someone senior, which could be good for you because Sun is also conjoined with Mars for the first 10 days and Mars is the Karak or the significator of the 3rd house. So it will avoid you for getting into any unnecessary paperwork, unnecessary documentation or such issues. You can go on a journey, spiritual retreat or a short travel that could be quite beneficial for you. And especially if you're going in November for any work-related travel, that could potentially bring success and open avenues for growth. So make sure you look forward to it. Between 2nd till 16th of November, Sun is achieving cancellation of debility. That is a good time for you to feel because you'll be more confident so you can make important decisions in November. So try to park your decisions. Surya is going to be aspecting your 9th house by the 7th aspect of desire. Sun desires loyalty in your dharma, towards your fortune, towards your religion, towards your father, towards your higher education. So if there's a travel that is planned for education pursuits, it could be good for you. That could bring beneficial results, especially in the second half of this transit. You should take some guidance of a senior or someone influential here. Or another good remedy for you is to journal. Journal about leadership, about courage, about communication, and how you can continue to put efforts without thinking about results. that is quite an ideal situation for you, and my best wishes. Virgo ascendant signs or the Virgo moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant sign, Lagna. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Surya or Sun is entering Libra on 17th of October, which is its sign of debilitation, and it's going to stay here till 16th of November. Now, between 17th and 27th of October, it is forming a conjunction, a union with Mars, a Yuti. Mercury will also be joining for the first 1 week. So, there is a 3 planetary conjunction in your second house. Sun is not achieving cancellation of debility. Now, Sun in your case is the 12th Lord. He is the Lord of expenditure, losses, your higher self-consciousness, your ability to be more self-aware. Spirituality is seen from this house. This is the house of moksha. It is the moksha bhava. Your ability to give, donate to others, help others. And it is making a transit in the second house of dhan bhava, accumulation, your finances, family, speech, consumption, your food, what you eat. Lot of expenditure is coming in the Lord of accumulation. So, quite naturally, you are accumulating expenses. So, be mindful of your expenses for the next 1 month. Try to cut them down. Especially the first 10 days, you could develop impulsive energies when it comes to expenses. So, try to cut them down. Try to take charge in your hands. You could also experience a sudden rise or some sudden expenditure might come in. It could be related to your asset, maybe your car had an issue, there's a major expenditure, or your house had an issue, there's a major expenditure. So something related to your family. As long as you incur on dharma, make use of donations. Donate wheat flour or any form of grains during this month, which will be very beneficial for you because you're doing your karmas in this way. So this will help you minimize any ill effects. Take care of your speech because there are a lot of fiery power, aggressive energies. Now this is good as well because that makes you a good salesperson, that makes you good at pitching and of course, selling something. But at the same time, that could bring a lot of ego as well and could make you sound aggressive in front of other people. So that is how they might take it. So try to tone yourself down. Between 2nd till 16th of November, Sun is achieving cancellation of debility. This is where your finances are expected to have a boost. There's a Dhan Yoga in transit. There's a favorable circumstances. Your expenditure, even if it increases, you will have a chance of increasing your income or accumulating income. Sun is going to be aspecting your 8th house by the 7th aspect of desire. So firstly, it blinds the house where it is aspecting. So it is protecting you from any unforeseen event, any sudden events in your life. It is going to increase your spiritual quotient. It will demand consistency when it comes to family related matters, when it comes to your transformation. So this is where resources are going to be favorable in terms of transformational activities. And my best wishes for you. Libra ascendant signs or the Libra moon signs. Sun's monthly transit is happening in your ascendant in the sign of Libra, where it goes debilitated or it is entering its Neecha Rashi, the fall position of Sun or Surya. Now, being in the ascendant, since Sun is the significator or the Karaka of the ascendant, it is a strong position, but it is in a weak sign. Surya is your 11th Lord. He rules gains. Income is seen from the 11th house, your friends, your wider social network, and also opposition. Bigger enemies are also seen from the 11th house because this is the 6th from the 6th house. This is also the house of illusion, Maya. This is also the house of fulfillment. 11th Lord never has a great disposition in most of the ascendants. Not considered the most auspicious planet. But in the Lagna, Sun brings a lot of vitality, a lot of rigor, a lot of firepower. Between 17th of October till 27th of October, Sun and Mars are conjoined in your ascendant. For a brief period, Mercury is also conjoined. It is forming a very powerful Dhan Yoga or a financial yoga. But resources are not very supportive for you in this case. So definitely there could be an increase of finances, but this will come with a lot of efforts. You will have to deal with some authority issues, some leadership issues, some very fiery opposition. So be prepared for it. You will see an increased pace in your life. On 2nd of November, Venus, your Lord of the Ascendant, is entering Libra. And between 2nd of November till 16th of November, Sun is achieving cancellation of debility. That is happening in your Lagna. So I consider that period for you to have greater level of confidence, some big or important decisions that you can make in your life. But overall, this transit is bringing financial prosperity that is related to yourself, independent finances, soul finances. But if you were to make some important decisions, I would urge you to do that later in November, where circumstances or situation can be a little bit more favorable for you. You must have a greater focus on your health, your vitality, your well-being, your immunity. So your health should be the number one priority over the course of next few weeks. This is also the call of Saturn, who's making a transit in the 6th house, which is a retrograde transit. Sun is aspecting your 7th house by the 7th aspect of desire. So there is definitely some relationship karma that you have to face over the course of next 2 to 3 weeks. Thereafter, in November, it is going to get better. But before that, you must keep your ego aside. You must channelize your energies appropriately, because you will have very high expectations from your partner, or probably your decisions will be driven by your high ego, fat ego. So as long as you stay grounded, practice humility, it's going to be good for you. Sun demands loyalty in relationship. Mars demands a lot of energy, but as long as the energy matches, it is good. Continue to strengthen Venus, continue to worship Goddess Lakshmi, seek her blessings, and may you have a blessed time ahead. Scorpio ascendant signs or the Scorpio moon signs. At the physical level, you will see this from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Surya is your 10th lord. He rules your Karya Bhav, your actions in the world, the house of profession, work, job, your duty, your business, anything that you do to survive and sustain yourself in this world. It's a very important house. It represents success. It also represents recognition. So Surya becomes an important graha for you. Now Sun is entering its debilitation sign in the sign of Libra, that is in your 12th house. It is a fall position for Sun because it's the Neecha Rashi. A debilitated planet in the 12th house gives a Neecha Bhanga, cancellation of debility, but it is not a Raj Yoga. You will only rise in November because that is when Venus will come in contact. Circumstances and situation will go adverse. You will come to your extreme low and eventually you will rise. This time period, I would expect expenses related to your work. Sun rules your work. 12th house is the house of expenditure, where losses, discomfort, your higher self-consciousness, your ability to be more self-aware. So expect leadership authority issues that could be quite prevalent over the course of next 2 weeks at least. Between 17th till 27th of October, Mars and Sun are conjoined in the 12th house. 12th house is a Maran Karak position for Sun. It is in its Neecha Rashi. It's a double whammy kind of a situation. So be slightly careful with regards to these matters. Avoid any conflict with bosses, with seniors. Try to increase your spiritual practice because spiritually it is very good. And eventually you will rise. You will have resources as well. You will cut down your expenditure because Sun is somehow going to restrict things. It is in a fall position. So quite obviously, initially you will probably have a rise in expenditure, but with your learning, with your experience, you will try to cut down on that expenditure. And 27th of October, Mars will also enter your ascendant, which will bring in a lot of energy, firepower and an increased confidence. But before that, it's a sensitive time period where I will urge you to exercise utmost caution. Protect your health, protect your well-being. There could be a hospital visit because of some minor health issues. I do not expect any major woes. Sun is aspecting your 6th house by the 7th aspect of desire. Mars will also be having this aspect. Later, Venus will also be having the same aspect. Now, Sun demands consistency in your daily routine, things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So be mindful of your time, be mindful of other people's time as well, because your cause of conflict with other people could be because of an indisciplined routine or because of lack of time or lack of the value of time and consistency. So have a nice morning routine. Make sure that you sleep well because this time period could cause an issue with your sleep. Either you will wake up at night most of the time, right? Either for enjoyment or for unnecessary things. So make sure that you get good at least 8 hours of sleep so that you are energized all through the day. Otherwise, you will feel very low on energy and you would like to procrastinate things. Later in November, there's great development. You will be more self-aware. You'll have a good routine. You will take care of your finances. You will protect yourself as well. Use the Dwadashakshari Vishnu mantra, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and he is the one who will guide you and protect you. Sagittarius ascendant signs or the Sagittarius moon signs. At the physical level, you will see this from the ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. So for you, Surya or Sun becomes the ninth lord, the lord of your Bhagya Bhava. He is your Bhagyeshya, the lord of fortune. He also rules father or father figure, your lineage, your dharma, and Sun is also the significator of dharma. He rules higher education, spiritual education as well. Surya is now going to enter Libra on 17th of October. It is going to stay there till 16th of November. Libra is a debilitation sign for Sun. It's a fall position where Sun goes weak. And during this time, it will make a conjunction with Mars, your fifth lord. So both your trinal lords are having a yuti, a conjunction in the 11th house between 17th till 27th of October. I consider this to be a very good time period for you because in spite of being in a fall position, Sun does very well in the 11th house. Mars also does exceptionally well in the 11th house, and both of them forming a yuti. It's a very important time for you to strengthen your fundamentals, your principles, and for financial growth, financial prosperity. Even after 2nd of November, when Venus will join Sun, it is a very good time period for your partner, for your spouse to have financial gains, together to have financial gains, and Sun also achieves cancellation of debility in November. So circumstances and situation will be much favorable for you. You can have rise in income from your job, from your work, and fortune is going to be much favorable for you. So I do not consider much challenges when it comes to this particular transit. Yes, for a brief period, you can have some conflict with other people, with your friends, with your co-workers. You can have some challenges because this will make you step out of your comfort zone. You will be given new assignments, new projects. But if you deliver on them, you have a chance of getting recognized and of course getting acknowledged by other people. So this is where you can maximize. Sun is going to be aspecting your 5th house by the 7th aspect of desire. Sun desires you to bring in a consistency with regards to future pursuit, future planning, decision making. If you have children, it could be a very good time period for them because Sun is conjoined your 5th lord, so they could have some recognition and of course some progress that they could see over the course of next few weeks. Continue to strengthen Surya, offer water to Sun first thing in the morning, use the mantra Om Grini Surya Aditya during this time and you will have a blessed time ahead. Capricorn ascendant signs or the Capricorn moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant sign or the Lagna. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Surya or Sun is now entering Libra. Its debilitation sign on 17th of October. It is going to stay there till 16th of November. Now during this transit, it is forming multiple yogas, multiple conjunctions and yutis. This transit is happening in your 10th house. Sun rules your 8th house. It is the 8th lord of suddenness in life, your secrecy. It is a very weak house. This represents your nija dosh, your weaknesses. It represents longevity. It represents your ability to deal with adversities in life. Places that are far off, across the seas, other cultures, other languages are also seen from the 8th house. How you cope up with adversities. Now Surya is in the 10th house. 10th house, Sun gains directional strength. It is Digbali. Therefore, there are blessings of Mahadev, Lord Shiva during this time. So make sure that you make the most of it. Yes, it is losing dignity because it's a fall position of Sun. So it is not gaining the optimum strength that it would desire. For the first 10 days between 17th till 27th of October, Sun and Mars are forming a conjunction, a yuti in the 10th house, and both are gaining directional strength. For first week, they will also be joined with Mercury. Mercury is the significator of the 10th house. Sun is also the significator of the 10th house because he represents leadership and authority at work. So it's a prime time for you when it comes to work-related matters, work-related decision. Even if you face authority issues, any adversities at work, you will come out of those adversities and you will have a very strong position in case your Dasha Antardasha is supportive. Transformation is inevitable, so expect new work assignments to come your way, something that you've never done in the past. It will put you out of your comfort zone. Sun is aspecting your 4th house by the 7th aspect of desire. Sun wants you to have a lot of loyalty, consistency at home, things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Bring some plants at home. Try to spend much time at home. Try to do yoga, some sort of sadhana, or any morning routine at home. If you start your day with that, it will be very good for you. Try to declutter your workspace, and particularly if you have a working office from your home, make sure that it is clean and tidy. That is the need of the hour. Now, you also must understand that Venus will join Sun on 2nd of November, leading to cancellation of debility. So if you've been facing any issues with authority, any work-related problems, you will see some positive developments in the month of November, which could be related to rise in your income, your position success, and also building cordial relationship with other people. Before that, it is more or less a time of friction, mixed energies, but eventually you will overpower by the virtue of your relationship building skills. Continue to strengthen Venus. Continue to worship Goddess Lakshmi. Read Shri Suktam on a daily basis. That is the most ideal remedy for you for this month, and my best wishes for you. Aquarius ascendant signs or the Aquarius moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Sun's monthly transit in the sign of Libra, which is a debilitation sign for Sun, or the fall position, a weak position naturally for Sun, where it is of course losing its dignity momentarily. Now this is happening in your 9th house. Sun becomes your 7th lord. So he becomes the lord of the quadrant house and making a transit in the trinal house. It is a yoga in transit. It is a very auspicious yoga, a very powerful yoga. This time period could be extremely beneficial, supportive for your spouse. They can have a change in their work, change in their job, or some sort of progressive positive development when it comes to work related matters. Surya is the significator of Dharma. He represents the 9th house. That is the house of Dharma, Bhagya, fortune, long journeys, higher education, spiritual education. Being the 7th lord, it rules all kinds of peace and war situations for you. Those people who are opposite. This is the house of following. Either people who follow you or those who you follow. And this is what a marital relationship is all about. It's about leading and following. Sun is going to be conjoined with Mars for the first 10 days between 17th till 27th of October, and both of them are forming a yoga. So during this time, any efforts that you put with regards to your relationship, your personal life, you will see results with regards to those efforts. This time period can bring travel opportunities, and this could be of sudden nature. Suddenly there is a travel plan that comes your way, and whether, depending on your dasha and the dasha, it could be a fruitful travel or a not so fruitful travel, but generally be very careful while traveling. Take care of your belongings. For higher education, spiritual education, it is a very good time period for you. Be the protector of your dharma. Try to strengthen your dharma, your religion during this transit. Between 2nd of November till 16th of November, Sun is achieving cancellation of debility because Venus will be conjoined with Sun, and you will see an elevation of your bhagya. Your fortune will rise. Both of them together will be aspecting your 3rd house. So it indicates start of a journey. Resources are favorable when it comes to putting efforts, when it comes to starting a new line of work, and Venus is supporting bhagya. Through your relationship with other people, you could either venture into partnership or start something new by the support of other people who are around you. And later in November, you will also get support from your bosses, from your supervisors or managers. But initially, you could have some struggle, authority issues, some sort of conflict. So be very careful at that point in time. Continue to strengthen Venus because he is the Yoga Karaka Graha for you, and that will help channelize the energies of Sun. Read Shri Suktam on a daily basis, worship Goddess Lakshmi, look up to her, and you will be protected. Pisces ascendant signs or the Pisces moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Surya, who's your 6th lord, is now going to be making a debilitated transit in your 8th house in the sign of Libra. So Libra is a fall position for Sun where resources become a bit challenging. This is the house of union, marketplace. Sun doesn't have the domain knowledge of this house. It feels very uncomfortable in this house. Venus rules this house. So being the sixth lord in the eighth house, it is a Viparita yoga in transit. There are multiple yogas that are formed during this month-long transit. It is getting support of Mars. It is also getting support of Venus. Viparita yoga would mean that circumstances, situation would go adverse. Eventually, you will rise. Sun being in the eighth house in debilitation sign is Neech Bhang. This Neech Bhang will only fructify if you have a strong Jupiter, well-placed Jupiter in your chart. Thankfully, Jupiter will enter Cancer. It is aspecting your ascendant. So you could expect you to rise through adverse situations, adverse circumstances or scenarios. Be prepared to face adversities, but you will be successful. That is good news for you. All right. Success will come after adverse situations. 17th till 27th of October, Sun is conjoined with Mars. Mars is your ninth lord. So there is definitely loss of fortune, but you will go through intense transformative experience in the first 10 days. So be prepared for it. There are a lot of fiery energies there. So make sure that you keep yourself hydrated. Make sure that you have a spiritual discipline, a spiritual practice. You can use an Ashtakshari Narayan mantra, that is Om Namo Narayanaya, for your protection. Now between 2nd till 16th of November, Sun will be conjoined with Venus. Venus is also in a Viparita yoga, being the 8th lord in the 8th house. And Sun is achieving cancellation of debility. So this time period, peculiarly, some feminine energies or some female person will be a great supporting factor in your life. So you could gain through feminine energies, through some female. And this is something which you have to watch out for. So make sure that you are very well connected to all the women around you. Sun is going to be aspecting your second house by the 7th aspect of desire. Sun demands loyalty when it comes to family related matters, and later in November, this time period calls you to minimize your indulgence, minimize any kind of extravagance, minimize impulsive decision, and go for healthy eating habits, healthy routine, some sort of dietary change that you would need during this time to fix your lifestyle. You would adopt a very positive lifestyle. You are absolutely going through intense transformation, which can be beneficial for you. You definitely have a protection. In spite of adverse situation, you are very well protected, and eventually you're going to be rising, and it is a forward-looking transit for you eventually, and my best wishes for you. So friends, this was yet another unique and precise video on Sun's upcoming transit in the sign of Libra. I hope and believe Sun's transit in Libra helps us create a sense of harmony and balance in our relationships, in personal life, while dealing with other people, and may we continue to rise from adversity. Festivity is around the corner, the energies are quite high, the energies are quite bright. My best wishes for you. May Mahadev continue to protect us, and may Goddess Lakshmi continue to shower her immense blessings on all of us. Stay tuned for more such videos on my channel. Thank you very much. God bless you all.